Holiday World and Splashin' Safari, Santa Claus, Indiana. This is Clay with the Pennsylvania Roller Coaster Club. And first off, I'd like to say thank you for taking a few minutes with us today and listening to me ramble on about, well, roller coasters. And it is a privilege and an honor. I would appreciate if you would please like, share, and subscribe while we take you on a journey from worst to first of the roller coasters, Holiday World. So, before we start talking and counting credits, let's talk about Holiday World itself. Opening all the way back in 1946 as Santa Claus Land, in 84, Holiday World would become, well, Holiday World. And they would begin featuring different regions and different zones to represent the different holidays commonly celebrated here in America, like 4th of July and Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, what have you. So, I do know this upcoming year, a little bit exciting, going to be opening their 6th roller coaster. And Holiday World has always operated under the idea of quality over quantity. So when I heard the announcement that they were going to be getting a kid's Vekoma boomerang, one of the new ones, and that Kings Island was going to be getting one, I was concerned with them having relatively similar proximity to one another, that they would be different. And fortunately, they are. The two layouts will differ, which is great news for both parks and for roller coaster enthusiasts alike, because at least for, you and I, it means that we get an exciting ride and a unique ride both times. And for me, that's awesome. Starting at number 8, Mammoth. Now, if you've watched some of the other reviews, we have started to include some of these water coasters as well. And although they do not count as a credit, I think it is important to start to make people aware. That way, if you're a water park fan, you can take advantage of some of these. Now, Mammoth, I believe, is one of the two that does offer a single rider line. Number 7, Wildebeest. I believe Wildebeest, kind of tailing off that back end of Mammoth, they also offer a single rider line for Wildebeest as well. Now, I believe that this was the second water coaster to come to Holiday World. And now, unfortunately, I've not had an opportunity to ride any of the 3 water coasters. We are not huge water park people. We do go, but not our prime focus. Number 6, Cheetah Chase. Now, this is one that I am looking forward to getting on. This is one of the newest to be installed pretty much anywhere. Cheetah Chase really looks like a blast. If you're water park people and you have been on Cheetah Chase, or for that matter, if you've been on any of the first 3 here, please give some of your comments and feedback in the section below. Maybe some people that end up watching this review can take some of your input, considering that we don't have much to give in terms of these water coasters. But I gotta say, watching this layout, it looks super sick. But starting with the actual roller coasters, number 5, Howler. And, hey, the Holodog, he is here, and he is ready to party. You should put the Holodog in, like, a tuxedo t-shirt. It really does give a fair indicator as to what you can expect jumping on this bad boy. This is a Zamperla from 1999, and really nothing special here, but cute little theming aspect. It's appreciated. Number 4, Raven. Now, Custom Coasters International, CCI, they have so many unbelievable wooden coasters, to their credit. And Raven, probably in the top handful, or top 2 handfuls that they had ever done. Phenomenal picturesque setting. Not incredibly long, but phenomenal ride. Does a little bit of everything, but doesn't do any of them outstanding. And if you ride everything here at the park, you'll kind of understand what I mean by that. Jack of all trades, master in on, if you will. But what a great first roller coaster for your park. If you're going to open a first ride and this is it, you got to feel pretty good about yourself. Number 3, Legend. Legend is a pretty great ride to me personally in my ride taste. Number 1, I do like the visceral ride of a wooden roller coaster for this very reason, because it can be a little bit of a physical experience. But I don't want it to be overtly painful, and Legend is a perfect example. It is not painful, but it is a little bit rough, but rough in the good way. You get those great laterals from the Helix. You get some pretty decent little pops of airtime, and a little bit of floater airtime as well. And you know, the laterals when you're traversing turnarounds, just it's all done so well. And right here, tunnels, guys. If you want to make a roller coaster better, put a tunnel on it. I mean, is it a little gimmicky? Yeah, maybe. But if you want to make it twice as good, put 2 tunnels on it. Holiday World knows what's up. I know that might seem a little bit ridiculous, but seriously, who doesn't love a good tunnel, a good headshot moment? You know, something like that. Boom, 3. Look at this. They're just out of control. But phenomenal ride. One of CCI's masterpieces. Moving on, number 2, Thunderbird. Thunderbird is my favorite winged coaster in America by a considerable margin. And I love Gatekeeper. But, you know, objectively and subjectively, this just does more with less. And, you know, somehow they managed to fit in just as good of a near miss moment with that wooden shed towards the end of the element, or towards the end of the layout, should I say, you know, coming up here. And they do everything just as well as Gatekeeper does, but they do it with less. And the launch, it's amazing. But number 1, I mean, if there's any surprise, guys, it's Voyage. This, I mean, listen, if you have this number 1 overall, I'm not gonna fault you for it. That's how good this is. Being from Pennsylvania, we have Ravine Flyer 2 here, and it's also a gravity group. So we are very familiar with Gravity Group and how their top-end coasters ride. This just far exceeded my expectations the first time that I had been on it, and it doesn't cease to amaze me at every subsequent ride thereafter. It is fast. It is relentless. There is a phenomenal mixture of elements. You see, you hit this trim here, and you're starting to think that maybe you're going to get some reprieve, but now it's just getting warmed up. Now, during Hollywood Nights, that trim brake that you just saw, it's essentially off, and you just fly through this at speeds and pacing that feels to be unsafe. That the ride is not designed to handle these speeds and these forces, and that you could potentially be in danger. And that's an awesome feeling. That's an awesome feeling. It's kind of like the feeling that you get in the back of your head riding El Toro, of, well, this legitimately is derailed a few times. Should we be hitting this turn this fast? That's the same type of feeling for certain parts of the Voyage. And that overall sense of quality, it's everywhere in the park. They just do the basics better than so many larger parks. The fact that you get free soda, I mean, free sunscreen. These are things that nobody else is doing. But it really adds to the guest experience. Now, I will say that I did have one negative customer service experience there, but it was mainly a question and an issue with management and not with everyday staff. So, I mean, obviously, you can't fault the frontline employees for a poor decision of management, which, I mean, I'm going to be fair, those are even rare here. So, Holiday World, awesome job. But until next time, we'll see you out there.